Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Sir, one of our teammate, she is trying to join, but she is unable to get the link. She was messaged in the Telegram group in Python.
Okay, once you tell to Bhaskar sir,
Okay, sir.
not Bhaskar sir, Madhav sir. Please tell to Madhav sir. Whether she joined, so I will wait for her. Another 1 more minute.
Yes.
She joined?
No, sir, not yet, sir. I think.
May I know who is Malappa Court? Could you please respond, Malappa Court?
Yeah, sir. She got a link. She will join within few minutes.
Okay, fine. Okay, so I will wait another 2 more minutes. First of all, warm welcome to the course, Artificial Intelligence course. We are going to discuss in this course artificial neural networks, convolution neural networks, that will be seeing the object classification, segmentation, detection, tracking, and segmentation. All will be covered. Next, coming to recurrent neural networks and NLP, natural language processing. So this I have given the overview. So what are all the course contents which will be covered in this AI course? So before starting of the class, I will tell. So if you are last time, as some people have asked me to tell some the things in the Telugu also. So most preferably, I will tell in English. If you are not able to understand, please let me know and stop there, and I will convey the same thing in the Telugu language too. So both the course is combination of English and Telugu. If you are feeling uncomfortable, or if you are not able to understand, please ask me. Then and there itself, I will able to say convey the same thing in Telugu language too. So most of the things, whatever I am telling, It's very in the simple English only. Still, if you are not able to understand, I'm ready to explain in Telugu too. But the most important thing is you have to understand very clearly. So this is a one of the most challenging course in entire world, artificial intelligence. So that's why I'll make you, I'll make it easy as much as possible. But the understanding, the all the concepts should be depends on you. How much understandable for you it is, that's all depends on you. So whatever I am telling, you have to follow each and every single line and single step. సో అర్థమవుతుందా? నేనేం చెప్తున్నాను అంటే ప్రతిదీ కూడా మీకు నేనేం చెప్తున్నాను అంటే ప్రతిదీ మీకు క్లియర్ గా అర్థం కాకపోతే అక్కడే అడగండి. సో మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద థింగ్స్ నేను ఎంత ఈజీగా చేయగలిగితే అంత ఈజీగా చేయగలుగుతాను మొత్తం ఏ కోర్స్ని. సో ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ unable to get the things, please clear carefully then and there itself. Okay, so first we'll start the artificial neural networks. Artificial neural net. In this today's entire class, we are going to see the artificial neural networks and mathematics. Mathematics which is necessary for the AI course. So actually, in the machine learning, that is ML, in the machine learning, if you see the most of the things, it will be the data. So I will take an Excel data. So many will be confusing. What is machine learning? What is deep learning? In this course, in this entire course, we are going to learn the deep learning course instead of. So in this entire course, we are going to learn the deep learning course. Then what is the machine learning? Machine learning is, suppose if you are going to take some CSV file. For example, if you take some CSV file, that is, for example, this is a CSV file. CSV is nothing but comma separated value. In the CSV file, some columns will be there like this. For example, we assume that these are all column names. This is an outcome. This is an outcome. So the mission in the machine learning, so it will try to learn all this data. Whatever the data which is existing here, the machine will able to learn this data. Whatever this data which is present in the form of a structured format. Structured is nothing but in the tabular format. So machine learning always deals with the structured data. That deals with structured data means tabular data. So machine learning always deals with the tabular data. It will able to learn the data. Based on this data, whatever the inputs you are giving here, whatever the inputs you are giving here, so machine will able to predict it. Machine will able to predict whether it is outcome yes or no. It will predict. How it will predict based on this data, whatever it is learning, whatever the machine is able to learn, how it will learn some based on the some mathematical equations or some strategies. Based on that, it will learn some pattern. So whenever you give these inputs, machine will able to predict that whether it is yes or no. That is machine learning. So machine learning is separate course. Here we are not seeing. So machine learning always deals with the structured data. So we are focusing mainly in this course is deep learning. Deep learning always mainly it focuses on unstructured data. Deep learning always it focuses on unstructured. So always it focuses on unstructured data. Unstructured is nothing but suppose the data is in the form of audio or the data is in the form of images, the data is in the form of videos, the data is in the form of the text. These are all called as an unstructured data. So before we have seen this is a structured data where it is the data is in the form of a tabular form. That is in the form of a tabular form, then we can call it is a structured data. The structured data which deals with the machine learning. So in the deep learning, most of the always we will deal with the unstructured data. Coming to artificial neural networks, it also deals with the structured data. Artificial neural networks which deals with the structured data. This audio, images, videos and this text which will be deals with the unstructured. This unstructured data which we will be doing by using the computer vision and NLP. By using these two, we will deal with this unstructured data. Artificial neural networks, we will deal with the structured data. So machine learning, if it is dealing with the structured data, then why artificial neural networks is useful? So if machine learning is in the KBs or MBs of the data, so machine learning which is not sufficient to train the data. So if you are having the big data, so much huge amount of data, that is terabytes, gigabytes, petabytes of data, that is more volume of the data. If you want to train, in such cases, ANN will be useful. That is artificial neural networks. More than the MBs or gigabytes of the data, if you are having so many rows and so many columns, if you are having, in that cases, artificial neural networks will be the first priority. Okay, so unstructured data will be useful for the computer vision and NLP, and artificial neural networks which will deal with the structured data. So deep learning, which you will be focusing nothing but the mimicking the human brain. How human will think, how human will speak, how human will see, how the human will listen. So which will be replacing the human brain. So that is called as a deep learning. So simply it will mimic the brain. So how exactly our main intention is at the why we are learning deep learning is our main intention is at the end we have to mimic the entire human brain. How we will speak, how we will listen, how we will see. As it is, we have to mimic the things. So that is a main we are using for the deep learning. So are you able to understand up to here?
Yes.
So this is an so maybe my drawings are bad. We assume that if it is bad also, please adjust, or otherwise I will draw in this format. Okay, this is a field of AI. Consider this is an artificial intelligence. This is a machine learning. Here, this is a deep learning. So artificial intelligence is nothing but which is a combination of both ML as well as DL. So AI is nothing but not only deep learning, even machine learning also comes into the subsection of AI only. So machine learning is nothing but where it able to do the predictions based on the some data. It will do some prediction. So what the output is, what the outcome it will be based on the data. So whatever the data it is there, it will be learn the data. That is nothing but the pattern of the data. So it will learn the pattern of the data and it will do the predictions. That is the machine learning. Suppose, for example, in healthcare only we'll take in machine learning. Suppose some cancerous data is there. So whether the person is having the cancer or not. So whether the person will be getting cancer or not in the future. So we have to predict. So based on how we will predict based on the some input features. So input features, whatever the last time the patients who got the cancer, we will take all those records. Based on those records, we will make the system to learn. So based on these input parameters, that is whether the cancerous tissues cells present or not, what is the person's age, so whether the person used to eat some malicious food or not, like that we'll collect some data. Last time, whoever the patients get the cancer, based on the patient's reports, we will try to collect the some historical data of the cancerous patients. Based on the data, we will make the system try to learn the data. Based on whatever the pattern the system is able to learn, so it will able to learn the predictions also. The if it is able to learn that pattern, so whether that person will get cancer or not, it will learn. So again, if the new patient disease inputs will get give as an input to the mission, so mission will predict the outcome, whether the person will get cancer or not. So all the machine learning is nothing but only doing the predictions. That's all. So, but the deep learning, we are mimicking the human brain. Deep learning, we are mimicking the human brain. How we human brain will have the neurons, how we will see the vision, how the human will have the vision, how the human will have the audios, how the human will able to speak, like that. Everything which mimics the human brain, that is called as deep learning. Machine learning is just only the predictions. So which is the combination of machine learning and deep learning is known as artificial intelligence. So in that AI, so this is an AI. In this artificial intelligence, first we'll go to ML. After ML, we'll go to DL. In DL, so we'll be classifying as ANN, artificial neural networks. In this ANN, we are classified into two types. One is supervised learning, another one is unsupervised learning. In artificial neural networks, again we are classified into two types. One is supervised learning, another one is unsupervised learning. What is meant by supervised learning and unsupervised learning? Suppose if we have the input data, that is, this is an input data or whatever it may be, either in the form of an image or whatever it may be, is it in structured format, doesn't bother. If the system is able to, if, if system is able to learn these outcomes also, that means target label. If the target label is there, then we can call it as supervised learning. If the target label, that is predictions, that is outcome, yes or no, or whatever it may be. So if that is called as target label, and remaining all will call as an input. So based on the input, we have to tell that either yes or no. That is called as target label. If the target label is present, then we can call it as supervised learning. If the target label is not present, then we can call it as an unsupervised learning. So based on this input data, we are getting an output data. That output data, whatever we are able to do some prediction, so that output data we'll call it as label. So if the label is there, then we can call it as supervised learning. If the label does not exist, then we can go for it is an unsupervised learning. So now we will go and classify the some types as computer vision. In the artificial neural networks, we have divided into supervised learning and unsupervised learning. In supervised learning, again we have divided into two. That is computer vision, another one is NLP. Broad areas. In the computer vision, we have the types like as object classification. One is object classification. Next one is object detection. Object detection. Next one is object tracking. So we will see what is the difference between these four now. Object tracking. Next one is object segmentation. We have four. That is classification, detection, tracking, and segmentation. Is it clear up to here?
Yes, sir. I mean, those four belongs to computer vision, right?
Yes, yes. Those four belongs to computer vision. In our course also, we will learn these four. And what are these four? Just I will give brief idea now.
Okay, sir.
So we will see first one is object classification. First we will see object classification. What is object classification? Suppose if we take an image, one photograph only. So in that photograph, suppose there are two animals. Consider this is a dog. Example, not dog. Assume that this is a dog. Okay. This is a cat. Okay. Assume that this is a dog. One image is there. And this is a cat. In one picture itself, we have two images. One is dog, another one is cat. So in both the two images, which is the dominant one? So in between these two, dog is dominant because it looks like a bigger compared to cat in this image. So object classification, it will tell that this image is dog is, it will tell in the terms of percentage. How much probability this image dog it belongs to. It will tell dog is 70%, cat is 30%. Even the both the in the image, dog and cat is there or in the same image, it won't able to classify correctly dog and cat. That is object classification. In this entire image, we have two images, but it will able to tell that what that image is. That is fine. So it can tell that there is dog is present in this image as well as cat is also there in this image. But 100% two images are present now in the entire image, but it is not able to tell. So it will tell that dog is 70%, cat is 30%. Because of dominantly in this picture, that's why it will tell that dog is 70%, cat is 30%. But actually it should be wrong. Even dog and cat it able to predict, but it is not giving 100% and 100%. So that is a main disadvantage of object classification. So object classification always it able to tell that what is that particular image. So if the image is having the dog and cat, suppose some images we will make the system to learn. That is, here some images are there like this. Assume that these are all dog images. And suppose these are all cat images. Assume that. So we will make the system to learn these dog images as well as cat images. So system to learn means, so how the shape it is, what is the dog face, how it looks, what is its features, how the eyes it looks like, what is the size of the dog, what is the size of the cat. So everything system is able to learn. So whenever the new image, if we give to the system, then it can able to tell that whether that image it belongs to cat or dog. So that is called as object classification. So whenever the pictures are there, we will make them to learn each and every picture. So whenever we give the same kind of image in the different way, suppose if we take the image of the dog, we will have the dogs, so many breeds will be there. We will make the system to learn all the breeds of the dogs in different brightness, in different contrast, in different sizes. We will make them system to learn. So whenever we give new image to the system, it able to tell that whether that image belongs to dog or cat. That is called as image classification. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
That image classification disadvantage I told. If dog and cat are in the same single image, the dog will be the dominant feature. So that's why it will shows as 70%, cat is 30%. మీరు ఒకే ఇమేజ్ లో తీసుకుంటే డాగ్ ఇమేజ్ అనేది పెద్దదిగా ఉండటం వల్ల, క్యాట్ ఇమేజ్ చిన్నదిగా ఉండటం వల్ల, డాగ్ అనేది సైజ్ కూడా కొంచెం పెద్దదిగా ఉండటం వల్ల డాగ్ డామినెంట్ ఫ్యూచర్ అవుతుంది. సో డాగ్ డామినెంట్ ఫ్యూచర్ అవటం వల్ల dog it shows the probability as 70%, cat it shows as 30%. Even both are present in the same image also. Because of dominancy, it is showing that the probability, whatever the percentage, it is showing that not 100%. So this is the main disadvantage of object classification. That's why we will go for the object detection. Next one is object detection. Whether you people used the Facebook anytime? Used Facebook? Facebook, Instagram? Have you used anytime?
Yes, sir.
Object detection. So in that image, suppose if a group image, if you share any group image in the Facebook, automatically the box will appear on your face. Whether you observed anytime. Whether you observed, the box will appear in the image. Whenever you shared some pics into the Facebook, automatically the box will appear and your name also get tagged. Yeah, that is the application of object detection. So based on this object detection only, the Facebook images they have done. So what is the purpose of the object detection is exactly it will detect your face. So where your face is there, it will exactly detect that box. The box will appear around your face. Even if you take the camera, AI cameras are there in nowadays in the mobile phones. Even when you are going to take an image through mobile phone, automatically the box will used to get appear. Whether you observed, that is also an application of an object detection. So where your face, if you are trying to take an photo, exactly the box will get appear around the your face. So just it will able to detect that your face. So in this object detection, before we have seen now dog and the cat. The same image if you are going to take dog and cat, so it will tell that dog is some 90%, cat is 70%. So it able, so exactly the box will appear at the dog, even the box will get appear at the cat with the same image, so that it can able to differentiate between this dog and the cat. Exactly. Before what in the object classification, the boxes will not get appeared in the image. So due to that, it is not able to tell correctly what that image belongs to. But coming to object detection, wherever the faces it is present in the image, the box will get appeared around our faces. So that is called as object detection. Next one, object tracking. Suppose if you are going to, if you want to monitor, so if you monitor the vehicles on the roads, suppose how the vehicles movements are going on. Suppose if the traffic jam it gets appeared, how the movement of the vehicles, if you want to observe, or otherwise, I think you know the in the cricket also the ball trajectory it they will be showing. Whether you seen any time cricket, the ball
Yes,
trajectory, how much speed it is going, it went. I think all these things you seen.
yes,
So that is a application of object tracking. So object tracking. Suppose if we have two persons are there, for example, we'll take that one example. So if there are two persons are there, if the two persons, first it will do the object detection. That is wherever the faces are there, some rectangular boxes will get appear at our faces. Later it will identify this is a person one, and it also able to identify what is that person name, and this is a person two. Both it will identify. After identifying, suppose you assume that this is a video, the video streaming. If the person 2 is moving to some distance in the video, the person 1 will remain same, but person 2 moves to some distance. In the video, you can see that wherever this person is moving, then the box will get a remain same, as well as the label also will get appearing. So wherever the person is moving, the box and this identification labels both will be moving parallelly in the video. So then we can identify easily where that person belongs to, where the person is located. So if suppose if the boxes and the labels if we're not getting, so for identification, it will be difficult. So in order to identify the which person and where the person belongs to, where the person is sitting, everything, if we want to track his movements, then we will be using this object tracking. Next one is object segmentation. Object segmentation. Suppose if this is an image, in this image, assume that we have a plants like this. For example, we have a humans, as well as we have some houses, we have some cars, we have some railway station, for example. Like this, something are there. So if in the object segmentation, wherever that image particularly it is present, it will just able to classify based on this pixel wise classification. Wherever that image is there, that up to that correct image, wherever that image is there, suppose if the person is there, exactly it will able to identify where the person is there and able to get a image in the form of different color. So suppose I have marked first initially with red color, wherever that particular image is there, so exactly it will mark with the different color. That is exactly it will identify pixel wise classification. Each and every pixel it will identify where the person is. After identifying, it will change to the exact color. Even the house is there. So it will identify where the house is. Exactly where the house is there, it will get in the one different color. Totally it marked with the some color. So then it belongs to this. We could identify that this is a house. This is called the pixel wise classification. Exactly this object segmentation, where it will be useful means, suppose if you have the cancer cells in a tissue, so exactly where the brain tumor, exactly is there will be having so many tumors might be present. Exactly which is the most malicious one we have to identify. In order to identify from the CT scan or MRI scan images, we will be changing the some color wherever that particular tumor which is malicious one, exactly at that location total tumor color has get changed. So in that purposes, object segmentation especially we will be using in the healthcare industry. So this is called totally we discuss with the computer vision. Up to here, is it clear?
సార్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ సెగ్మెంటేషన్ ఒక్కసారి మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి రిపీట్ చేయరా సార్?
దానికన్నా నేను చూపిస్తే మీకు తెలుస్తుంది. Segmentation. Segmentation images. So in order to show an images, ఇదిగోండి, see now. See, wherever this person one, the person one exactly identify where this person it stands here. this entire person it will identify and it will change to some different color. The person 2 again it identifies and it will change to another color. Person 3 where it is standing, it will change to some other color. Person 4 where it's standing, it will change to other color. So that is called as pixel wise classification. Each and every pixel of this particular person, it will able to learn and it will identify with the some different color. See the shape and the size, whether the all the persons are same? No. So this person height is different, even the personality is different. Even this person is also the height and personality is different. So wherever it exactly identifies, it will identify and it will march to this person 1. Instead of person 1, you can identify exactly with his name. So this is called as segmentation. Is it clear?
Yes. Thank you.
Even here also you can see wherever the persons are there, exactly it able to identify where the persons are there is an entire image and it will mark with the red color. Wherever the traffic signals are present, exactly it identify the traffic signals and it will get in the one different color. Next again, wherever the cars are there on the roads, exactly it identify the cars and it will mark with the some blue color like this. Next one we are going to see as NLP. Most of you are most interesting and the most familiar one. So NLP we have totally again into 4 sections in NLP. So that is first one is text generation. Next one is sentiment analysis. These are the 4 broad classification areas in NLP. Next one is neural mission translation. Next one is attention mechanisms. Text generation. Suppose if you are seeing the YouTube or if you are watching the movies, automatically captions will be getting. Whether you see anytime, captions. Did you see anytime in the YouTube? Whatever you are watching the movies or watching the videos, captions are able to see based on the whatever the something it's happening in the video, the YouTube, the email, the content which will be captions will be getting. Even in the chat GPT, the most familiar one, there also whatever we are giving, the captions used to generate. So these are all which is a most application of text generation. Whatever we are speaking, even it will be convert from audio to text and it is able to show that. So that is what where we are using Google Assistant in our mobile phones. For example, if you take an Android mobile phone, if you take Apple, Siri, if you take Amazon Alexa, all these are things, whatever you are able to speak, it able to recognize the text, whatever you are speaking, it is able to convert that and it is showing some kind of an application based on the talking, whatever you are doing. So these are all especially for the text generation. How this text generation, all these things will be seeing in the in NLP. Next one is sentiment analysis. The sentiment analysis, whether you have used anytime Twitter.
No, sir.
So in the Twitter, actually we used to do the tweets. Whatever the person's something if they have posted, we used to tweet that kind of something similar to like comment or like whatever it may be. So if you are giving a comment, if you are using some abusive language, so actually you should not use that kind of language if you are using such kind of Twitter accounts or a professional account. If you are using such kind of an abusive language, Twitter will not be allowed. So how it will able to recognize based on the sentiment analysis. Whatever the words you are giving in that particular sentence, whether it is a positive sentence or negative sentence, it can able to identify. If you are giving other than some uh, bad words or something which is most hurtful for the other person, if you are using such kind of bad words, Twitter will not be able to allow you to write those words. Such kind of how it is happening, everything because of sentiment analysis. Okay, sentiment analysis where it will be useful. Next one is neural mission translation. Neural mission translation is where it can able to convert from one language to other language. That is English to Telugu, Telugu to English, English to Hindi. In the Google, if you search now, trying to convert from one language to other language. How all these things are happening? Because of NLP, natural language processing. So next one is attention mechanisms. Attention mechanisms is nothing but if you are going to take one sentence. Today we are going to study the deep learning. For example, if I am give this type of sentence. So what are the main things in this entire sentence? Can anyone say? Today we are going to study deep learning. What are the main words?
Today's study course name.
So especially study deep learning, which is the main focusing thing. For assume that today also not that much. Today also okay, but compared to today, studying deep learning is the most important thing. So the study deep learning, by seeing this kind of sentence, we could know that these two words are very important words in entire sentence. Then how system can able to understand these two words are useful? మనం ఈ సెంటెన్స్ చూసినప్పుడు ఈ టూ వర్డ్స్ మనకి మెయిన్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ అని మనకు తెలుస్తుంది. కానీ సిస్టమ్కి ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది ఈ రెండు వర్డ్స్ మనకి ఇంపార్టెంట్ అని? ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది? అదే అటెన్షన్ మెకానిజమ్స్, where we will mainly focusing on the highlight words. How we have to focus on these two highlight words అనేది ఈ అటెన్షన్ మెకానిజమ్స్ లో నేర్చుకుంటాం. సిస్టమ్ తెలియాలి కదా, సో ఏది దేని బేస్ చేసుకుని ఏమి చేయాలి, నెక్స్ట్ వర్డ్ ఏమి రావాలి, సో ఏం ప్రిడిక్షన్ చేయాలి, సో ఏం టెక్స్ట్ ని జనరేట్ చేయాలి, ఇలా ఉంటాయి. మనం సిస్టమ్ ట్రైన్ చేస్తున్నాము అంటే మనకు అవుట్పుట్ కూడా సంథింగ్ వీఆర్ ఎక్స్పెక్టింగ్. సో ఇఫ్ we want to get such kind of output, we have to make the system to focus on most important words. అది చేయడం కోసం మనం అటెన్షన్ మెకానిజమ్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఇప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది అంటే నౌడేస్ కంప్యూటర్ విజన్ ఎన్ఎల్పి రెండు కూడా ఓవర్లాప్ అయిపోతున్నాయి. సో బోత్ సివి అండ్ ఎన్ఎల్పి, both which we are getting the combination. So that is C and CV is nothing but images based on the whatever the things which is happening in the image, automatically text able to generate. Suppose some video which is processing, the whatever the video which is processing in some YouTube or whatever it may be, automatically it is able to generate the story whatever the content is present in that video. Such kind of example is a combination of both CNN and NLP. That is sign captioning everything. So next one is unsupervised learning. Next one is unsupervised artificial neural networks. We have another one is unsupervised learning. In this unsupervised learning, we have two things. One is autoencoders, another one is GANs. GANs is nothing but generative adversarial networks. So these autoencoders and GANs both comes under unsupervised learning, where it can able by using these two GAN. Suppose whether you seen in the Facebook some kind of applications. If you are now 30 years or 40 years old person, for example, in the Facebook such kind of applications, how you look after 60 years, such kind of applications the Facebook is started giving those applications. Whether you seen అప్లికేషన్స్ చూసారు ఎప్పుడన్నా, 60 ఇయర్స్ తర్వాత మీరు ఎలా ఉంటారు, ఇలాంటివి అప్లికేషన్స్ అనేవి వచ్చినాయి చూసారా?
ఎస్ సార్, కొన్ని యాప్స్ వచ్చాయి.
సో అవన్నీ కూడా బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దిస్ జనరేటివ్ అడ్వర్సియల్ నెట్వర్క్స్, గ్యాన్స్. GANs and autoencoders, these both will be useful not only for that example I am telling, and another so many applications are there based on these two. Next one is unsupervised learning only we have is reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning ఏంటంటే మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా చెస్ గేమ్ ఆడారా? చెస్ గేమ్ ఆన్లైన్లో,
Yes sir.
Online, whether you played chess game. So if you play the chess game in online, automatically system used to play with you. If you are playing with the system, most of the time system only will win compared to you. Whether you observe,
Yes sir.
AI only now playing game far better than you. That means reinforcement learning is automatically system can able to learn without telling you. You no need to tell what are the steps it has to move. No need to tell by you. Automatically it able to learn by the mistakes. That is called as reinforcement learning. Up to CNN, NLP, machine learning, everything, we are making the system to learn. From the reinforcement learning, no need to make the system to learn. The system itself can able to learn by whatever the system is doing mistakes. That is called the reinforcement learning, which is the most advanced topic. If you know all the machine learning, CNN, NLP, everything, if you know, then only we can prefer the reinforcement learning. That is self-driving cars. You know self-driving? Automatically without the human, automatically car can able to drive on the roads. So that is how it is possible by using the reinforcement learning. Even Sophia, which is a robo, first citizen of this world, robo also got the first citizenship. So that name is Sophia. So which they make the robot to learn everything by itself. Even it does that robot can have the emotions, intelligence, everything. It can able to learn by the mistakes. How the human used to learn everything the similar way, it can able to learn by the mistakes, whatever the things it has to do, everything it can able to do. These are all examples of the reinforcement learning. So I'm stopping the session. We'll again meet at the second session. So you will be getting the second link. Take 5 minutes break and join after 5 minutes. Okay then.